Good morning to all. I am Dipesh Bhavsar, an assistant professor of Rabindranath Tagore University, Bhopal. Today I am very happy to announce that I am audible, sir.
Audible. You can continue.
Okay. Today I am very happy to announce that two-day workshop on recent two-day workshop on research methodology in recent trend of engineering. Now I am heartily welcome to Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai, sir. He is our today's speaker and our respected Dean sir, Dr. Sanjay Gupta sir, HOD sir, Dr. T. Ravi Kiran sir, and all the participants. Now, I invite Dr. Sanjay Gupta sir to give some valuable thought about that workshop.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, and good morning to all. And I welcome Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai, sir. On behalf of all the faculty members and department, sir, I am Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Gupta, Dean Engineering and Technology. So, I welcome you all in this 2 days research methodology workshop in recent trends in engineering and technology. I think today all the faculty members, students, and there is a PhD scholars is also there. So I think these 2 days will be not only beneficial for all faculty, but also for the research scholars. They are doing their research in our university. So I welcome you all. And I think, sir, you can start, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. T. Ravi Kiran sir to give some valuable thought about that two-day workshop. Ravi Kiran sir?
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Good
morning.
morning,
Good
sir.
morning. So this is a very good topic to start with. So research. Generally, we think research means something. Research is something like it's does not limited to degrees or so. This you should take out from your mind because we have seen many cases where even a layman can do a lot of innovations. So this workshop will throw some light on what are the latest topics or what are the problems, especially in India, because our population is so high, and we need not only innovative solutions but economic solutions also. So we should think of the problems which are plaguing the society, and then we should find out some innovative solutions. So this workshop will be very good thing to think and work in this direction. So how to do research? Our experts will train you in that thought process. So the research is not, जैसे मैंने बोला, research is not limited to degrees and so on. So हमें ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए कि if we are doing a graduation or post graduation or in a PhD, then only we'll go for research. Research कोई भी कर सकता है, ऐसा कुछ limited नहीं. So with that thought, so we should know the trends also, the recent trends, and these two topics are very much connected. कि जो मैकेनिकल में क्या क्या चल रहा है, जो लोग काम कर रहे हैं, people or scholars which are working on it. So agar if we know that those things, that will be helpful if we want to go pursue that career in our if we want to become a scientist or a scholar, research scholar, or if we pursue that line, that will be this will be workshop will be very helpful. And at the same time, if students are thinking of doing a startup, that also will this workshop will help them also. So all the best. Anyway, I welcome all the participants, and I thank the expert and the Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai sir. So the stage is yours for you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Now I am very excited to introduce a short introduction of Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai, sir. He has completed his PhD from NIT Allahabad and MTech from NIT Bhopal. At present, he is working in a Gautam Buddha University as an assistant professor in mechanical department. He also published various papers in a reputed international journal, and he attended various workshops in his career. He gave a lecture on the topic of research methodology in recent trend of engineering. So I invited Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Deepesh Bhausar, sir, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering Department, RTU. And thank you to RTU University to inviting me. And I will start the lecture and I will share the screen of the PPT.
Okay, sir.
Okay. The view is clear to all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, continue.
Okay. Just a very good morning to all of you. Myself, Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai, and today I'm going to deliver a two-day workshop lecture on the topic of research methodology in recent trends of engineering. And this is very useful for all of the students, we can say, and participants. Then we are moving ahead. What is the outlines of this topic? First, we are going to just convert it into 2 units. The unit first is showing what is research. Then we are moving ahead for the research. What is the research objective? And next we are moving ahead for the scope of research. Then we are moving ahead research process, research types, and research limitations. These all our topics are covered in the unit 1. Then we are moving ahead for the unit 2. It have an first topic, sampling design techniques. What is the sampling design technique? Then we are moving ahead for the data collection. How we are collecting the data, how we are collecting research papers, how we are collecting a research that happens previously, up to 10. Then we are moving ahead for the secondary data. How we are collecting, what is the process, how many types. Then we are moving ahead for the designing questionnaire and data preparation. First of all, we are going ahead for the what is research. The many researchers have given a definition about the research. The author, or we can say first researcher, said that the definition of research includes any gathering of data, information, and facts for the advancement of knowledge. That is known as an research. The definition of research includes any gathering, we can say, in the mechanical terms, in electrical terms, electronics terms, civil terms. We are talking about the engineering terms, we can say. The second one said, research is a process of steps used to collect and analyze information to increase our understanding of a topic or a issue. When we are correlating with first one to second one, when we are collecting something, when we are collecting 20 research paper, or we can say 50 research paper on a single topic, then you can analyze the information. What have been happened on that topic till now? That is known as a research, we can say. And when it happen in the society, when we are correlating with the society, because in the recent trade, whenever we are working, society is an important term. We are solving the problems of the society. Directly we can say, or indirectly. Lot of engineers are there in the RTU university, we can say, in the India level, we can say world level. What they are doing? They are optimizing the things. They are minimizing whatever the problem of in the society. They are minimizing that things. They are improving the technology day by day for the suitability of the human. The third one said, the studious inquiry or examination, especially investigation or experimentation, aim to add the discovery or interpretation of facts, revision of accepted theory or laws in the light of new facts, or practical application of such new or revised theory or laws. तो वो जो आइडिया निकल के आएगा आपके, जो भी आपने टॉपिक पे सर्च किया, whenever you have one patent, you are moving on the next patent. We are doing a research on next. What is the advancement of that topic, or what is the advancement of that machine? Okay, that you are doing new, you can revise the things, and you can revise the laws. So by that way, we can understand the research, and all of the things are related with this society. Next, we are moving ahead for the, then whenever you are collecting all of the data and all of the points, you are going with the objectives. You are deciding the objectives. Whenever you have a lot of data, whenever a lot of research papers, whenever you have something, you are deciding the objectives. What is the objective? How we can decide? It should reflect the aspiration and expectation. Okay, aspiration and expectation. Gain familiarity with the phenomena or to achieve new insight into it. It have, and also the portray accurately the characteristic of a particular individual situation, or we can say groups. Whenever objectives should be addressed, the more immediate project outcomes, and make accurate use of concept which is be sensible and precisely described. Whatever you are deciding the objective, it is sensible, and you have required to go with the description of that. In the 2 line, or we can say 2 to 4 line, you are deciding your objectives, what you are going to do. Also, the hypothesis testing for the causal relationship between the variables. And also, it have an highly focused and feasible. Your objective is feasible. Okay, and focused. By that way, you can decide your objective. Whatever you have a project, you are doing a BTech project, you are doing a MTech project, you are doing a PhD project, whatever you are doing, or any other things, you are in the 12th, you are in the 10th, or you are going with the some small projects, you have some objective. Okay, next we are moving ahead for the why the people does research. What is the requirement? Because whenever you are doing to anything, in the back, you have entered why. What is the motivation behind that? Okay, the motivation behind research may have following reasons. Interested to face the challenges in solving the unsolved problems. I have given the one in the previous one slide, society problem. whatever happened in the society, related with the bridge, related with the roads, any of the things, related with the machineries, related with the industry, related with the software, related with your mobiles, whatever the reason behind that, whatever the unsolved problem in that, we are going to solve that problem. To get intellectual joy of doing some creative work, because for some people are working, just they are enjoying some creative work. So they have required some creative work to enjoy. Someone is joining the cricket, playing cricket, someone doing another thing, tennis, someone getting footballs and many other things. But someone interested with the creating something new. Okay? Their desire is to service to society, then curiosity about the new phenomena or things, concerned about the social thinking, and desire to get a research degree, we can say research degree, along with its consequential benefits. Then you can say in the research degree, we can say MTech and PhD. And the graduation level, we can say you are doing with in the last year, you are getting a project. You are required to make something new. Okay? And that is the reason behind that. Why you are doing. Whenever you are presenting that things in your presentation in your institute, people are asking why you have done these things. You have required to go with that answer. Why you have done these things. It is important. Whatever you are doing, even then you are doing just a beating. Just behind, there is a reason behind that. The people are asking why you have done the beating. Many people are asking why you have done the MTech, why you have done the PhD. What is your goal? You have required to decide that things. Next, we are moving ahead for the scope of research. For the BTech and MTech and PhD student, the contribution expected to world level. You are required to background investigation on all past work. Whenever you are the research student, all of the past work you have required to investigate the background. Make the meaningful addition to world knowledge, and also expect new innovation and findings. Next, how we can correlate with that. When firstly you are collecting the data collection from the literature survey, we can say all the things, the flowchart correlated with each other. Data collection, literature review, problem formulation, research design, interpret findings and publish findings. So you are collecting a data. Collecting data collection means whatever happened previously on your research topic, whatever you want to do on that topic, you are collecting a research papers. Many of the research paper, conferences, SCI, non-SCI, Scopus, many of the journals. You are collecting a data. Some 40 to 50 papers you are collecting. That things known as literature review. We are going with the literature review. Also interpreting whatever you have in the all of the 50 papers, you are interpreting the findings. And going with the problem formulation and research design. So by that way, you can process your research. Next, we are how the initial, you are getting with the initial idea or concept. Okay, background investigation and review related work, refinement of idea. Okay, core work, investigation and development, documentation you have required, prototype if applicable. Then you are going with the evaluation. Then identification of future work, whatever the required, whatever you have done with the evaluation. Then we are moving ahead for the future. How other people are, which work done in the future. And the report publication and presentation, whatever you have done with the analysis of experimental work, or we can say theoretical or analytical work you have done, You are going with that, with the publications, presenting the things, are just reporting in the thesis. You are making a report on that things. Then we are going with the research types, how we can descriptive versus an article. In the descriptive research include the surveys and fact findings, inquiry of different kinds. In analytical research, the researcher has to use to analyze the facts or information already available. In the second way, applied versus fundamental. In the applied action, research aims to finding to a solution of immediate problem. Applied means immediate problem. On the other hand, in fundamental pure research, mainly the concern about the formulation of basic facts. This is the difference between the applied versus fundamental. Then we are moving on the third category, quantitative versus qualitative. What is quantitative research? Is based on the measurement of quantity or amount. You know very well. This term you know very well. What is quantitative? You can say the quantitative research is based, we can say quantitative terms is based on the measurement of quantity, we can say, or amount. But qualitative research is related with the quality of your work. Okay, so by that way we can go with the types. How we can classify the descriptive versus analytical, applied versus fundamental, and quantitative versus qualitative. Next, we are moving ahead for the differences, how the quantitative versus qualitative research. Many of the things will happen on that thing. What are the basic differences between that? In that, in the quantitative research, investigation aims to assess a theory, we can say deductive. And in the qualitative, we have required to investigate aim to create a novel theory. We have required to create a novel theory. That's the basic difference between that. In that, quantitative attempts to minimize the influence of the researcher on the outcome, and that ethnography researcher becomes an inherent part of the study. Okay. Here, data collection requires closed responses. Here, the data collection requires the permits open responses. You're required to open responses. That is the basic difference between that. Quantitative research versus qualitative research. Next, we are moving ahead for the research types in that conceptual versus empirical. The conceptual research related some idea or theory based on the philosophy or thinking to develop new concept. When you are going with the developing new concept, we can say. Okay. And what is the empirical? Empirical research based on the experience and observation alone without due regard for system and theory. Alone without due regard for the system and theory. This is the empirical research. And also some other type of researchers also, that one-time research versus longitudinal research, field setting, laboratory research, and conclusion-oriented, or we can say decision-oriented. Whatever you are doing, going with the decision-oriented in the last one. Okay. Then how we can dimension that all the things. Going with the research scientific method, whatever we have required. We have required theories on that topic. We have required concepts on that topic. We have required to go with when we are doing new in that, when we are doing designing some part, when we are doing designing one part. आप किसी एक मशीन डिजाइन के एक पार्ट को ले लिया और उसे डिजाइन करने लगे. तो whatever requirement of that things, क्या जरूरत होगी उसकी? उसके लिए concepts बनाने होंगे, basic concepts, whatever you are reading in the BTech level, your syllabus is that. कुछ आपके syllabus हैं, machine design, strength of material, theory of machine, mechanical vibration, finite element analysis, computer aided design, many other subjects are there. you have required to clear with the concepts. अगर जो आप किसी टॉपिक पे काम कर रहे हैं और उसकी बेसिक नॉलेज आपको नहीं है, हाउ वी कैन डू? नहीं कर सकते हम। एक बेसिक नॉलेज तो हमें होनी ही चाहिए ना। उसमें फोर्स अप्लाई करेंगे, उसकी एनालिसिस करेंगे, फेल्योर कहां से होगा, मटेरियल कैसे सेलेक्ट करेंगे। When you are going with a design problem, any other, then you have required to tell you that desired shape, desired size, and desired material. How we are going to develop that things with the concepts theory. You have required that things: deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, empiricism, hypothesis, and propositions. All of the terms we have required to that. Next, what is the scientific method in the research? The characteristic of the scientific method: may following characteristic element: empirical approach, observations, questions, hypothesis, experiments, analysis, conclusion, and replication. Repeating same work to rechecking the result, and we can say validation. Okay, by that way, scientific method, we can go with that. Empirical approach, observation, questions, hypothesis, experiments, analysis, conclusion, and replications. Next, we are moving ahead for the, whenever you are doing, you have some limitations. When you are doing anything, whatever you have and problems, whatever you have, what you are doing with the work, there is some limitation are there. Sometimes data is not available. Many of the research articles, when you are going with the website, many of the research articles not possible to download the PDF. But that university, or we can say that college, is not giving the money, we can say. They are not purchasing that general papers. When you are going with the IITs and NITs, many of the researchers are working on that easily available papers in the institute. Okay, by that way we are saying that this is the limitation where you are. आप हैं कहां, अभी काम कहां कर रहे हैं, इस पे डिपेंड भी करेंगी चीजें। अब आपको पेपर की जरूरत है और जो आपको पेपर चाहिए वो आपको मिल नहीं रहा है। मिल नहीं रहा है मतलब वो एक्सेस नहीं है आपके यूनिवर्सिटी, आपके कॉलेज, आपके किसी के थ्रू, तो वो प्रॉब्लम है, लिमिटेशन। सम केस डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड द कंटेक्स्ट ऑफ फिनोमिना, डिफिकल्ट टू एनालाइज एंड डोंट फिट नेटली इन द स्टैंडर्ड कैटेगरी। कभी कभी वो जो प्रॉब्लम आप मॉडिफाई करते हो, अपने ऑब्जेक्टिव्स बनाते हो, तो स्टैंडर्ड कैटेगरी जो भी वाट एवर योर, एक स्टैंडर्ड कैटेगरी होती है जो आप 4-5 लाइन में बताते हो कि ये प्रॉब्लम्स है, फिट नहीं बैठती, फिर आपको समझ नहीं आता उस टॉपिक पे, कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स होने लगती। कभी कभी जो डेटा आपको मिलता है वो रबस्ट नहीं होता, वो एक आपके लिए कॉम्प्लेक्स इशू है। क्योंकि जब भी आप प्रॉब्लम्स आपके पास आती हैं, जब भी आपके पास प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं और आप उसे सॉल्व करते हो, या फिर जो जिस प्रोजेक्ट पे आप काम कर रहे हो आप उसे सॉल्व करते हो, यू हैव रिक्वायर्ड गो विद दैट एक प्रॉपर एक्सप्लेनेशन विथ डेटा, मच मोर डेटा, ताकि हम आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछें या कोई भी हमसे या आपसे कोई भी जो टॉपिक पे काम कर, आपको एक्सप्लेनेशन तो देना ही होगा, और विथ प्रॉपर एविडेंस। एविडेंस का मतलब क्या है? जो लिटरेचर सर्वे आपके पास है, आप कहोगे हाँ, आपसे कोई क्वेश्चन पूछेगा ये क्या है, आप बोलोगे हाँ ये चीजें, आपने ऐसा क्यों बताया, इसको कहां से पढ़ा, आप बताओगे, रेफरेंस दोगे, सर हमने इस बुक से पढ़ा, ये ऑथर है उस बुक के, उन्होंने ये चीज बताई, और कहां से पढ़ा, इस रिसर्च पेपर में ये चीज लिखी है सर, उन्होंने इस चीज का एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया है। ठीक है, तो उसके पीछे जो आपका डेटा हो, जब आप कोई चीज एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हो, वो भी प्रॉपर होना चाहिए। ओके, Findings usually cannot be generalized to the study population, or we can say observation category. Some case, the shortage of manpower and finance is also major issue. The coordinators, sir, said have one issue. The major issue is the finance, and somewhere the manpower. Also, in the India, the finance is the major issue. In the many of the university, thousands of the university in India. Whenever some BTech, or we can say PhD or MTech, some groups are, some students are working on that topic. That topics are good and beneficial for society, but the financial term is not good. They are not supported by the government, we can say, by the university, we can say. Many of the things are there. That is the very big problem in our country. Okay. And in few cases, the data collection is rigorous and time consuming. आपको बहुत ज़्यादा उसमें टाइम लगेगा, समय आपको देना होगा. Okay. This is the first unit. Then we are moving ahead for the unit part 2. What is sampling and study? What is the sampling and why this happens? The process of selecting a number of individuals such a way that the individual represents a larger group from which they were selected. Okay. The process of obtaining information from a subset, you're required to remember that subset, sample of a larger group population. Okay. Next, to gather data about the population in order to make a conclusion that can be generalized to the population. Okay. And sampling can save the time and money. In the second unit, we are moving. The first unit is over. This is going about the sampling, how we are collecting. And this is the easiest way. We are saving the time, we are saving the money. Okay. Then we are moving ahead for the population of interest. How we are going for the samples, parameter, statics. Okay. We measure the sample using the statics in order to draw an interface about the population and its parameters. By that way, they are correlated with each other. Population, sample, statistic, and parameters. All the terms are correlated with that. Next, we are moving ahead for the sampling terminology. The population, the data set of interest from the researcher are doing needs. What is the data set of interest from the researcher needs? We have got one unit from a population called element. Whenever we are taking in one unit from population, lot of population are there, we are taking one unit from population. It's called an element. Next, we are moving ahead for the sampling frame, listening the population from which sample is chosen. Census and survey. Then we are going for the polling of the entire population, but survey means polling of the sample parameter, the variable of interest. Whatever we are collecting the information, it's all about the parameters. We have required to take as some critical assumptions in our study, and we can say sampling techniques. Also, we have required to go with that. कोई भी problem when we are going with the design problem, या कोई भी problem, हमें 2-4 assumptions जरूर उसमें लेने होते हैं. कई लोग क्या करते हैं, प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने लगते हैं, उस पर काम करने लगते हैं, और जब हम उनसे पूछते हैं कि व्हाट यू हैव टेकन assumptions, वो नहीं बता पाते. But when we are going with problem, you have and some assumptions. Always. The sample chosen to representative of the population. That is the critical assumption in that. Next, we are going with the flow chart of the sampling design process. How we are going with that? Firstly, they define the population, determine the sampling frame, and determine the sampling procedure. It's have two way: probability sampling and non-probability sampling. We are going with that. In the probability sampling, we have a simple random sampling, stratified sampling, systematic sampling, and cluster sampling. Firstly, we are classifying the sampling design process. And next one, non-probability sampling. In that first one, convenience sampling, judgmental sampling, snowball sampling, and quota sampling. There are 4 types. In the probability sampling, 4 types, and non-probability sampling, 4 types. And determine the appropriate sample size and then execute the sampling design. By that flowchart, we are moving one by one. In the probability sampling, what is the simple random sampling, stratified sampling, systematic sampling, and cluster sampling. Then we are moving ahead on the next one, non-probability sampling, the convenience sampling, judgmental sampling, snowball sampling, and quota sampling. Okay. The 2 important factors during the sampling design we have. 2 the things. सबसे पहले select the right data. Lot of things are available on the internet. और बहुत जगह पे बहुत सारी चीजें अवेलेबल है. जब हम चीजों को कलेक्ट करेंगे, जैसे रिसर्च पेपर कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, फिर कोई और अदर चीजों भी कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, तो हमारे यही चीजें काम आती है. हमारे काम लायक डेटा क्या है? ऐसा तो नहीं कोई ऐसी चीज ले रहे हैं जिसे हमें काम ही नहीं है और कलेक्ट कर लिए, फिर बाद में हम सोच रहे हैं तो फिर हमारा टाइम वेस्ट हो गया. So whatever you have learned the theory, scientifically, the term selected data representative of the entire population. तो जब भी कोई आर्टिकल कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, कोई पेपर कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, तो उसमें से हम कैटेगरी भी देखेंगे. We are required to go with that the category where the research article is indexed. उसकी इंडेक्सिंग क्या है? हम गए उसके इंडेक्सिंग में, अब्स्ट्रैक्ट एंड इंडेक्सिंग में अगर जो आप जाएंगे तो उसमें दिखेगा आपको साइंस सिटेशन इंडेक्स एक्सपेंडेड एंड स्कोपस. These 3 terms are available in the indexing. Then the research article is authentic. Mostly, I am saying that. Whenever you are collecting the research article, you have required to move on the general page in the heading under indexing. Okay. Next, select the adequate number of the right data to minimize the sampling errors and mean choosing the wrong data by chance. तो आपको right data लेना है. How we can evaluate the sampling error? The frame error plus chance error plus response error. Next, we are moving ahead for the probability sampling. How? The equal chance of being included in the sample. Simple random sampling. I'm going to explain that. Systematics, stratified, and cluster. And non-probability, we have 4. Here, the unequal chance of being included in the sample. Non-random. Means in the probability sampling, random, and non-probability, non-random. Then we are moving for the sample random sampling, just an objective procedure in which probability of selection is non-zero and is known as in advance of each population unit. Okay. And also we are ensuring the information is obtained from a representative samples. हमें इंश्योर करना पड़ेगा इंफॉर्मेशन को from representative samples. Also in that, the population member are selected directly from the sampling frame. Whatever the sampling frame is available, the population members are selected directly. और इसमें हम क्या करेंगे? Equal probability of selection for every sample. जो probability होगी वो क्या होगी? Equal होनी चाहिए. How? Simple, by population search. Okay. Normally we are using the random number table, or we can say random number generator. By that, the simple random sampling techniques. Then we are moving ahead the systematic sampling. It is involved the random start and with the selection of every kth element from the onwards. How we are calculating? K is equal to population size upon sample size. And also it is important that the starting point is not automatically the first in the list, but instead randomly chosen from within the first to the kth element in the list. How we are calculating? K is equal to population size upon sample size. Then we are moving ahead for the order all units in the sampling frame based on the some variable and number, then from 1 to n. We have required to give a number in the sampling 1 to n. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by that example. By that way, we can go with the systematic sampling, whatever we are collecting the data. Then we are moving ahead for the fourth one, stratified sampling. The chosen sample is forced to contain units from each of the segments or strata of the population. It's equalizing the important variables. That is known as the stratified sampling. The chosen sample is forced to contain units from each of the segments. Okay? The sample is forced to contain units. Okay? And it's equalizing important variables. Then we are moving. The population is divided into mutually exclusive and adjustive strata based on the appropriate population characteristic. Which one characteristic? The time, SNR frequency. By that way, we can minimize the sampling errors since a source of variation is eliminated in that category. Okay? By that way, you can go with the stratified sampling. Next, we are moving ahead for the cluster sampling. Okay? The chosen sample is forced to contain units from each of the segment or strata of the population. It's equalizing the important variables. What is that? It's equalizing the important variables. But the examples is different from the previous one. Power level, SNR and frequency. SNR and frequency is same, but the power level is different in that. And also, we can difference between that. When to use stratified sampling, when to use cluster sampling. In the previous one, mostly the two have similar definitions. But what is the basic difference between that? In the stratified sampling, if primary research objective is to compare a various group, then we can use the stratified sampling. Or using stratified sampling may reduce the sampling. That's another thing. When to use the cluster sampling? If there are a substantial fixed cost associated with each data collection. whenever you have a fixed cost with the data collection. And also when you are using, when there is a list of cluster but not of individual population member, then you can use the cluster sampling. Then we are moving ahead for the next one topic, non-probability samplings. The subjective procedure in which the probability of selection for some population units are 0 or unknown before drawing the sample. What is the definition? The subjective procedure in which the probability of selection for some population units are 0. When the population units are 0, we can say, or unknown before drawing the sample. In another way, information is obtained from a non-representative sample of the population. And here the sampling error cannot be computed. You can't compute it. In the previous one, you can compute it, but here the sampling error cannot be computed. In the probability sampling, you can compute the errors, whatever the error have been achieved in that, and happen in that problem. Survey results cannot be projected to the populations. So what is the advantage from that? Cheaper and faster than probability, and reasonably representative collection in proper way. जो भी कलेक्शंस आपने किए हैं, अगर जो प्रॉपर वे पे हैं, ये रीजनेबली रिप्रेजेंटेटिव कर सकता है उसे. Next, we are moving ahead for the types of that, the convenience sampling, judgment sampling, and the snowball sampling and quota sampling. The process of including, if we can say, whenever the accidental, then we can say accidental sampling, which is convenience sampling. Judgment, a researcher exerts some effort in selecting a sample that seems to be most appropriate for the study. Judgment, the researcher exerts some efforts in selecting a sample most appropriate for the study. That is known as the judgment sampling. Next, we are moving ahead for the snowball sampling. The selection of additional respondents is based on the referrals from the initial respondents, or we can say used to sample from low incidence or rare population. That is known as snowball sampling. Then we are moving ahead for the quota. The population is divided into cells on the basis of relevant control characteristics. What type of characteristic? The first one, the quota of sample units is applied for each cell, and convenience sampling is drawn for each cell unit the quota is made. We are going with that in the next way. How we can go with the probability versus non-probability sampling. First one, then we are moving ahead. The non-probability sampling is less time consuming. Another way, the probability of selecting one element over another is not known, and therefore the estimate that cannot be projected to the population with any specified level of confidence. And quantitative generalization about the population can only be done under probability sampling. However, the marketing research also apply the statistics to study non-probability samples. By that way, we can go with that. What is the sampling errors? The same random errors, the sample selected not representative of the population due to chance. The level of it is controlled by sample size, and larger sample size leads to smaller sampling error. जितना आप larger sample size लेंगे, जो smaller जो error होगी वो smaller. In the non-sampling errors, a response or data error in any systematic bias that occurs during data collection or in data analysis or interpretation is considered a non-sampling. उसके एग्जांपल्स क्या होंगे? respondent error, interviewer error bars, recording errors, and poorly designed questionnaires. Okay. Next, how we are going to be the data collection. Data for research. The data collection begins after the research problem defined and research design carried out. How? There are two types of data. Already previously updated how we have collected into primary data and secondary data. The primary data, original data which are taken for the first time. This one known as a primary data. Secondary data, those already been collected by someone else and which have already been passed through the statistical process. And the procedure for data collection for primary and secondary are different. Both are different. Type of research as per data collection, experimental research performing or descriptive type research, doing survey and other things. So you have two type of data. Maximum you are going with the experimental data also, theoretical data also. कहीं आपको काम हुआ मिलेगा आपको एक्सपेरिमेंटल, किसी ने पूरा काम ही एक्सपेरिमेंटल किया है, किसी ने theoretical पूरा काम किया है. Both type of data are available in the research article, we can say. Okay. The primary data collection, how? There are several methods to collect the primary data. Observation method and interview method. What we are doing in the observation method, especially used for a study relating a behavioral sense. Advantage in subject bias is eliminated. This method is independent of respondents. ये respondents के depend नहीं करेगा. इसकी limitation लेकिन क्या होगी? It is very expensive. And sometimes unforeseen factors may interfere with the observation, leads to error. Okay, this one known as an observation method. The second one, interview method. What is interview method? The collection of data involves the presentation of oral verbal responses. Oral verbal responses. Okay. And personal interview, the personal interview is usually carried out in a structured way. And there should be clear formulation for pre-requesting and basic tenets of interview. When you are going with the telephonic interview, more flexible. This is known as an interview method. And this method also have some demerits because okay. Then we are moving ahead for that through questionnaire and through schedules. What is the basic differences between the primary data collection from that point of view? A questionnaire consists of number of questions printed or typed on a forms. आपके पास एक questions के printed forms है. And also a collection of data by mailing the questionnaire to respondents. आप मेल करते हो उसको और उससे 10 क्वेश्चन बनाए, 10 क्वेश्चन उससे पूछते हो रिस्पोंडेंट से. In that there is a low cost to implement the process and easily sent to any respondent across the globe. बहुत लो कास्ट हुआ, आपको जस्ट एक मेल डालनी है, टाइप करना है, प्रिंट निकालना है या एक मेल डाल देनी है लिख के. आपके माइंड में 20 क्वेश्चन है, 20 क्वेश्चन लिखा, मेल डाल दिया. बट हियर इज एन बिग लिमिटेशन. व्हाट? स्लो प्रोसेस, वेरी लो रिटर्न ऑफ द ड्यूली फिल्ड अप क्वेश्चनर्स. आप जब भी क्वेश्चन किसी से पूछोगे, राइट टाइप करके उसको दोगे, उसके पास जब टाइम होगा, जब भी टाइम होगा तब आपको वो आंसर करेगा. और वो नहीं चाहे तो आंसर भी नहीं कर सकता, वो नहीं मन करेगा नहीं करेगा. तो बहुत स्लो है. आसान है करना कि टाइप करना है, एक बनाना है फॉर्मेट और मेल करना है कि हाँ मुझे ये चीजें जाननी है इसके लिए, ताकि हम अपने जो भी हमारे रिसर्च के ऑब्जेक्टिव हैं जो हम डिसाइड करना चाह रहे हैं अपने काम को रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी में, ये काम करना चाह रहे हैं, तो ये हमारे क्वेश्चन है और उसको आंसर वो बना के दे दे, तो बहुत स्लो हो गया प्रोसेस। ओके, द यूज फॉर रिस्पोंडेंट एंड एजुकेटेड एंड कोऑपरेटिव, मतलब वो कोऑपरेटिव भी हो, एजुकेटेड भी हो, और जो सही से आपको आंसर्स भी दे पाए, ऐसा होना चाहिए। अगर जो कोऑपरेटिव नहीं है, आपकी मेल ही नहीं देखा उसने, इग्नोर किया, नहीं बताना मेरे को, यू कांट डू दैट। आप उस पर कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हो। कोई क्या करोगे, मेल करोगे, फिर अगली बार रिक्वेस्ट डालोगे। Then we are moving ahead for the through schedules. The similar as a collection of data and questionnaire, but the differences is schedules being filled by enumerators, which are specially appointed for this purpose. Scheduled and for form containing a set of questionnaires. इसमें set of questionnaire and enumerators should intelligent and must possess the capacity of cross examination in order to find the truth. इसमें जो भी चीजें होंगी उसके क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन भी होंगे। एंड नेक्स्ट, यूजफुल फॉर एग्जिस्टिंग इंक्वायरी एंड फेयरली रिलायबल रिजल्ट्स। लेकिन हमें भरोसा होगा कि ये जो रिजल्ट है ये रिलायबल है। एंड पॉपुलेशन सेंसस ओवर द वर्ल्ड इज कंडक्टेड थ्रू दिस मैटर। जो भी सेंसस होते हैं पॉपुलेशन के, वो इसके द्वारा हम कलेक्ट करते हैं। Then we are moving ahead for the secondary data collections. So secondary data means the data already available. Where? In the first slides I have told you that many of the research papers, many of the books, many of the patents are available, whatever the people have done previously. That data is known as the secondary data. Those data which have already been collected and analyzed, various population across the globe, technical journals. Many of the research articles are available on your internet and Google's. Thousands of journals, we can say thousands of journals are available for any, in the mechanical topic, in the civil topic, electrical topic, many of the topics. Book, magazine, newspapers are available. There we can collect your data. Various type of reports organization and association are giving. Many of the industry are giving the reports, whatever they are making, whatever their products are making. Okay. Many of the thesis, dissertation of the research scholars, whenever you are going with the BTech project, MTech and PhD project, you are submitting a project file in the institute. For why? That data is known as a secondary data collection, not a primary data. When you are doing a BTech, when you are doing a MTech, you are submitting a thesis file. For why? For collection. Whenever some students are coming in the institute, they are taking that data, they are using the data for the development of next other things. This is also in the public domain, public records. Then also we are moving in that the researcher must be careful before using the secondary data. Okay. Also the researcher must make a scrutiny because it is possible that the secondary data may be unsuitable or inadequate in the context related which our researcher wants to study. Yes, unsuitable भी हो सकता है। मे बी आप कोई काम किसी की और थीसिस पे एक्सटेंड करके करना चाह रहे हो, लेकिन जब आप करने बैठे तो वो आपके लिए सुटेबल बैठ नहीं रहा है, वो सही नहीं बैठ रहा है। ये भी एक रीजन हो सकता है उसमें। ओके। और जब भी यूजिंग द सेकेंडरी डेटा इट मस्ट पोसेस द फॉलोइंग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक, उसके अंदर ये फॉलोइंग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक होनी चाहिए। रिलायबिलिटी ऑफ डेटा, रिलायबल होना चाहिए डेटा। कैसे? द टेस्टेड बाय फाइंडिंग्स आउट सच थिंग्स अबाउट द सेट डेटा। कंपैरिजन करोगे अगर जो 20-30 पेपर अगर जो आपने देखे पब्लिक में, और जब आप सारे को एक साथ कंपेयर करोगे और किसके रिजल्ट्स कैसे कैसे आए, आप एक बनाते जाओगे। हाँ, इन्होंने ये किया, इनकी ये फाइंडिंग है, इन्होंने ये किया, इनकी ये फाइंडिंग, इन्होंने ये किया, ये फाइंडिंग। देन सुटेबिलिटी ऑफ डेटा, The object scope and nature of the original inquiry must be studied before the using those secondary data. तो इंक्वायरी होगी, ऑब्जेक्ट स्कोप व्हाटएवर, रिक्वायर्ड टू गो विद द इंक्वायरी, और उस डेटा की एडुकेसी क्या, एट द लेवल ऑफ एक्यूरेसी इट कंसीडर फॉर द प्रेजेंट फाइंडिंग, क्योंकि डेटा की अगर जो एक्यूरेसी अच्छी है तो आपकी जो प्रेजेंट फाइंडिंग होगी वो भी बेटर होगी। तो ये सारी चीजों का जब भी आप इस डेटा का यूज कर रहे हो, सेकेंडरी डेटा व्हाट एवर द अवेलेबल इन द एग्जिस्टिंग, तो ये सारी चीजों का रिलायबल हो, सुटेबिलिटी हो और डेटा एक्यूरेसी हो उसकी। नेक्स्ट वी आर गोइंग अहेड फॉर द appropriate method for the data collections. The nature, scope and based on the following factor, nature, scope and inquiry. This method will such that it suits for the requirements of the researcher. Next, we have an also availability of funds. It's determined to large extents the matter to be used for the data collection, and for those developing countries, the finance is a big concern and researcher has to act within its limitation. Because whenever you are going with any of the project, the amount is 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, you have to go with that amount. आपको जो 2 लाख, जैसे कोई प्रोजेक्ट आपने लिखा कि मैं उस प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करना चाहता हूं, तो चलिए आपने गवर्नमेंट से वो इशू भी करा लिया, वो प्रोजेक्ट गवर्नमेंट को अच्छा भी लगा, आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी को अच्छा लगा, नहीं ठीक है ये सोसाइटी के पर्पज से या फिर इस पर्पज से इससे डेवलप होगा, ये अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट है, लेकिन एक लिमिट होगा ना, ऐसा थोड़ी होगा कि आपको 50 लाख रुपए दे दिए जाएंगे और आप काम करते रहोगे, एक उसकी एक लिमिट होगी और उसी लिमिट में ही आपको काम को परफॉर्म करके उस प्रोजेक्ट को पूरा करना होगा। By that we are saying that the availability of funds, टाइमिंग फैक्टर, कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट पे आप काम करते हो उस पे आपको एक विद इन टाइम करना होता है। जैसे एमटेक की थीसिस है, लास्ट 1 ईयर में आप कंप्लीट करते हो, एक टाइम है, पीएचडी है 5 इयर्स 4 इयर्स में कंप्लीट करते हो, बीटेक है लास्ट के 6 मंथ में आप काम करते हो, लास्ट के 1 ईयर में काम करते हो, तो एक टाइम बाउंडेशन है। या कोई प्रोजेक्ट भी आप फंड भी बाहर से उठाते हो, कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट आप बाहर से ले आए तो उसकी भी एक टाइमिंग है, उसको विद इन टाइम आपको पूरा करके देना। एंड प्रिसीजन रिक्वायर्ड, प्रिसीजन इज अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर टू कंसीडर बिफोर द सिलेक्शन मेथड ऑफ डेटा कलेक्शन। Then we are moving for the designing questionnaire. The researcher must clear about the various aspects of his problem to be dealt. And the pattern of questionnaire depends on the nature of information sought. And also the type of questionnaire should be closed or open up, decided based on the result expected. And the questions should be simple and must be constructed with a view of their forming a logical part of a well thought out tabulating form. Okay, before finalizing the questions, rough data should be prepared. Whatever you are preparing the questionnaire, एक rough data बनाइए, and pilot study should be undertaken for pre-testing and questionnaire. Pilot study भी बोलते हैं, एक रिसर्च में करते हैं pilot study, pre-testing of the questionnaire से पहले उसे करना होता है। And questionnaire must contain simple but straightforward direction for the respondents. Okay, next, what is how we can going with the data preparation? The data preparation involves checking or logging the data in the checking the data for accuracy, entering or tabulation the data into the computer, transferring the data, and developing and documenting a database structure and integrates the various measures. Okay, why data preparation? Adequacy check, response readable, important question answered, are the response complete and acceptable, and is all the relevant contextual information included in my intended findings. These all have required in the data preparation. Why? The all question have required to fill up that. आपको सारे क्वेश्चंस के थ्रू जाने पड़ेंगे, तब आप डेटा को प्रिपेयर कर पाओगे। अगर जो एक सारे क्वेश्चंस आप मन में ले लिए, कोई भी डेटा आप प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो, फिर आपसे हो जाएगा। इन सारी चीजों को, फैक्ट्स को क्लियर करो। ओके, देन द प्रोसेस ऑफ डेटा प्रिपरेशंस, स्टेप 1 एडिटिंग, स्टेप 2 कोडिंग, एंड स्टेप थर्ड इज टेबुलेशंस। सबसे पहले एडिट करोगे, कोडिंग कर सकते हो, फिर टेबुलेट कर दोगे। How we are going with the editing? The process of checking and adjusting the responses, completed questionnaire or observation of readability and consistency, any reading them for the coding and storage. इसके पर्पज क्या है? The for consistency among response or observations, for completeness in response to readers, effects of non-response items. Okay. And to order to observation or answered and facilitate the coding process. This is the purpose. How the editing, we can different types of editing, the field editing and in-house editing. In field editing, the primarily editing by the field supervisor or the same day, check legibility or handwriting and clarify the response that are logical or conceptually consistent. That is known as the field editing. So what is the in-house editing? The editing performed by a head office or often done more rigorously than the field editing. उसमें एक्यूरेसी in-house editing में ज्यादा हो। Coding. The process of identifying and classifying the each answer to observation with the numerical score or other character symbols. We can say, okay, and the numerical score or symbol is called a code. We are going with the code and serve as a rule or interpreting, classifying, or recording the data. Then identifying the response with the codes is necessary if the data is to be processed by computer. And coded data is often stored electronically in the form of data matrix, we can say, in the form of data matrix. How we can classify? Field, record, or file. In the field, a collection of characters that represent a single type of data. And record, a collection of related fields related to same case, whatever the case you have taken. File, a collection of related records related to the same sample. By that way, we are going with the code. Then we are moving ahead for the tabulation. Tabulation is the final step of the data preparations. It's normally counting the number of observations and responses in various data categories. For small size, manual tabulation and cross tabulation is also important process for finding tabulation process. And third way, data transformation may be the part of tabulation. By that way, you can tabulate your data. जो भी आप डेटा बनाते हो वो एक टेबल के फॉर्म में बनाते हो। Okay? Then data transformation क्या होगा? The converting some of the data from the format in which they were entered to a format most suitable for a particular analysis. जैसे आप कोई कोडिंग कर रहे हो, तो कोडिंग के जो कोऑर्डिनेट्स हैं कहीं इंपोर्ट करने होते हैं, तो वो उस फॉर्मेट में ही चाहिए। जैसे एनसिस में आपने काम किया, कोऑर्डिनेट्स उसको मेसिंग के कोऑर्डिनेट्स उठाए, फिर मैटलैब में ले गए और उस कोडिंग के जो भी कोऑर्डिनेट्स है उसको यूज किया मैटलैब में एज ए इनपुट, और जो भी इनपुट में यूज करके फिर एनालिसिस फर्दर इन मतलब कोडिंग के थ्रू मैटलैब में किया। तो मेसिंग किसमें की? एनसिस में की, किसी और अदर सॉफ्टवेयर्स में की, लेकिन फिर एनालिसिस किसमें कर रहे हैं? मैटलैब में। Okay, then we are going for the conclusion. The research is a scientific method to use the collect and analyze the information to increase our understanding and solve two particular field or solve two particular problems. And research should reflect the aspiration and expectation of the research topic. And it has been understood the sampling, design, and data collection are important part of the research design. And last part of the presentation cover the data preparation for research. It consists 3 steps: editing, coding, and tabulation. Then we are moving after the conducting the study or gathering the data. The next step involves the analyzing the data, which generally calls of the statistical techniques. Okay. This is all about the conclusion from that parts. And then we are going for the references we have taken for preparing this PPT. Thank you. Any questions, any query you can ask.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai, sir.
Yes, sir.
This session is very wonderful and knowledgeable for about the research. There are so many questions are ignite in our mind. So now begin with the question answer session.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I Anil Kumar Rao, Assistant Professor RNTU.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
first question arises, how we can decide the research objective?
Yes. When we are going with the any of the just like when we are collecting a secondary data, we can say research articles or we can say some patents about any of the topics. When you are going with the whatever the researcher have done, they are writing in the abstract or in the last of introduction part. Okay. When we are going that whatever he has done in the research paper, you know, आपको पता चल गया उस रिसर्च पेपर से कि उस रिसर्च आर्टिकल में क्या काम हुआ है उस रिसर्चर के द्वारा, आप उसे राइट अप करो, आप उसे राइट अप करो लाइन बाय लाइन. ऐसे 20 आर्टिकल्स आपने पकड़े, 20 को लिखा. अब आप उसकी एक समरी बनाओ, आखिर कहां तक ये काम हुआ है, राइट? 1965 में क्या हुआ, 1970 में क्या हुआ, 1990 में क्या हुआ, 2000 में क्या हुआ, 2020 में क्या हुआ. आप यहां तक चलते आए, आपको वहीं से आइडिया लगेगा कि आखिर इसके आगे और हो क्या सकता है. देन यू आर डिसाइडिंग द रिसर्च ऑब्जेक्टिव. और उस जितने पॉइंट्स आपने बनाए हैं उस टोटल आर्टिकल से, 19 में से उनके कंक्लूजन बनाइए. क्या कंक्लूजन हुए 20 आर्टिकल से? उन कंक्लूजन के बाद आपके ऑब्जेक्टिव देखेंगे कि फर्दर इन्होंने इतना तक काम किया है, यहां तक इस फील्ड में काम हो गया है, अब मुझे फर्दर ये मॉडिफिकेशन करने हैं. By that way you can decide your objective.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. If anybody has any query, so please ask directly from the sir.
Yes, sir.
Rohit sir, please unmute your mic.
Rohit sir, unmute your mic.
Your audio is not clear.
Sir, it is audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, one of our attendees has raised a question that how he can write a good research paper.
Okay, sir.
So,
Whenever you are a student, or we can say BTech student, MTech student, or PhD student, or any of the student, when you are doing research on that topic, whatever you have getting from the objectives, you have required to go with that the abstract, mainly the abstract parts. You have an research, whatever you have done, आपने एक काम उठाया, उस पे काम स्टार्ट किया, ठीक है, काम स्टार्ट किया, उसके रिजल्ट्स आ गए. अब उसका रिप्रेजेंटेशन जो आपने पूछा, उसका प्रेजेंटेशन कैसा, उसको कैसे अच्छा बनाए ताकि वो अच्छी जगह पब्लिश हो, क्योंकि पेपर मोस्टली अब्स्ट्रैक्ट में ही आपके हटा दिए जाते हैं, एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं माने जाते हैं. तो जब भी आप अब्स्ट्रैक्ट लिखें, वो की है आपका, उसमें कोई ऐसी चीजें ऐड करें जो रिसेंट प्रीवियसली उससे डिफरेंट हो. जो भी आपने डेटा कलेक्ट किया है, वट एवर यू कलेक्टेड योर डेटा, उससे डिफरेंट हो, उसको जोड़ते हुए, ऐसा नहीं हो कि एकदम से लगे कि नहीं वो एकदम ही अलग, नहीं, उसको जोड़ते हुए उससे डिफरेंट क्या, और उसके बाद अपने पार्ट को उठाइए इंट्रोडक्शन, उसके डिजाइन में, उसके एनालिसिस में, और देन मूविंग यू आर द कंक्लूजन एंड रेफरेंसेस. तो सबसे पहले आपका आएगा अब्स्ट्रैक्ट. अब्स्ट्रैक्ट इज द की ऑफ योर पेपर. ओके, और उसको कैसे बनाना है, दूसरे रेफरेंस जो है उससे कोरिलेट करके डिफरेंट क्या काम किया हमने वो लिखना है. फिर इंट्रोडक्शन, अपने काम के बारे में, ऐसा इंट्रोडक्शन जो शॉर्ट हो, ये नहीं है कि 5 पेज का इंट्रोडक्शन बना दिया, नहीं, वो इंट्रोडक्शन 1 से 1.5 पेज का, और जो मुझे समझ में आ जाए, एक फिगर हो और हमें समझ में आ जाए कि हाँ काम क्या है. नेक्स्ट वी आर गोइंग अहेड फॉर द डिजाइन, फिर फर्दर एनालिसिस जो रिजल्ट आए हैं, देन वी आर गोइंग अहेड फॉर द कंक्लूजन फ्रॉम दैट वर्क. बाय दैट वे यू आर गोइंग, मतलब आप जो भी 8-10 पेज में जो ये पेपर बना लोगे और जब भी कहीं भेजोगे तो वो अगर जो इस वे में आप सीक्वेंस पे बनाते हो तो अगर जो एक्सेप्टेबल है तो ठीक है, उन्हें लगता है तो वो लेंगे, नहीं तो आपको करेक्शन वो करा देंगे आपसे, अगर जो उनको वो टॉपिक अच्छा लगा तो. आज की डेट में कंपटीशन रिसर्च पेपर में बहुत बढ़ गया है, बहुत सारे टॉपिक पे डेली रिसर्च पेपर जाते हैं उनके पास, तो वो इवन देन बस आपका एब्स्ट्रैक्ट देके नहीं इस टॉपिक मुझे नहीं लेना है, हटा देते हैं पेपर को. बाय दैट वे यू आर गोइंग विद दैट. ओके.
Thank you. Sir, there is one more question from our attendees.
Yes sir.
What will be the much effective in PhD research, simulation or experimental?
We can say both are important in a same manner, but when we in recent trends we are going with the experimental plus theoretical work.
Okay.
In recent trend you have required to go with that, both of that, experimental also theoretical, experimental plus also theoretical. So you are required to go with that is easy way you can publish your articles.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. A question also arise.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Poonam Mehta asking, kindly give an example of strata and cluster and snowball sampling.
Strata
And cluster and snowball sampling.
We can say whenever you are collecting a data, we can say you are collecting a data in somewhere, and in what type of data? When you are collecting a data just like an stress distribution, we can say that's point. Stress distribution we can say are be some objective what you are correlating with that. You are going with that data in all of the node of that points, and element of that points. You can classify that for 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th node and different type of element. So you can correlate with that.
Okay. Anyone have a question? I think no one question. I'm asking again. Anyone have any question? So please ask.
Hello. Good afternoon, Dr. Praveen sir.
Yes.
I am Ghanshyam Satnami, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Department, RNTU.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I am asking how sampling data simulated in a easy way.
You can say simulation. Whatever you are using techniques, we can say whatever you have and data, you are going with the simulation techniques. The simulation techniques, we are experimental data or analytical data, whatever you have in data.
Experimental and simulation also.
Okay. So whatever you are going with that, you have required to go with some techniques. You are just know about that optimization techniques. So whatever I have done, I will tell you. I have done the different horn design profile and I have optimizes. I have uses the non-dominated sorting genetic algorithm. Okay. For what? For optimizing that things. So you have required to go with that optimization or somewhere other techniques are available for doing that things, for improving your quality of your work. Whatever you are doing, optimization is required. Or some another techniques you are adding, your research is going to be beneficial. Or okay, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone have any question? I think Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai, sir.
Yes, sir.
No one have any question because you are explaining very beautifully and easily way the
Yes.
topic research methodology. So now I invite Mr. Anil Kumar Rao sir to give a vote of thanks to the Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai sir. Anil sir?
Yes, audible. My voice is audible?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dipesh sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Anil Kumar Rao, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering Department, Rabindranath Tagore University, and I am here to present what are thanks for two-day workshop, Research Methodology in Recent Trends in Engineering and Session 1. I would like to thank our speaker, Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai sir, Dr. Rai sir for visiting and enlightening with us their knowledge. Today's workshop was full of knowledge and interesting things. I gave deep insight into the topic and also relevant to some interesting facts. I am pretty sure the previous knowledge and Dr. Rai gave will definitely help in our studies and future. Once again, I would like to thank Dr. Roy for taking our time from their busy schedule and enlightening with us the knowledge. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
One more announce. Tomorrow, same session 2 workshop research methodology in recent trends engineering. Same timing, 11 o'clock. All participants join right time. Thank you, Praveen sir.
Thank you to all. Thank you to university, and thank you to especially Dipesh Bhausar sir and Anil Kumar Rao sir and HOD sir of Mechanical Engineering Department Vinay Yadav sir. Thank you to all. Thank you all participants. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.